Let's get to know each other. My name is Sonia Heath, and Sonia Heath only because I was given no middle name. My mother didn't believe in middle names. She said they were totally useless and you never used them. And her name was so long that she hated it, so she kept our names as short as she could. I was born April 24th, 1968, in Lincoln Park, Michigan. Both my sister and I were born in a hospital called Otter Drive Hospital in southwest Detroit. We were born to a working middle class family who worked hard to give us everything that we need and make us feel loved even though money was minimal. We grew up on the northwest side of Detroit on a street called Mansfield off of Finkel. At that time, we went to a school called St. Mary's of Redford. I went to St. Mary's of Redford until my freshman year of high school. Then we moved to St. Louis, Missouri. My parents had divorced by then, and my mother wanted a new beginning and a new start for us. So she moved us to Missouri. What was odd about Missouri is that we had no family and no friends there. We knew absolutely no one. And till this day, I don't know how she picked that location. But we moved to Missouri, and I started my freshman year at a school called Hazelwood Central in Florissant, Missouri. We stayed in Missouri for 2 years. It was the hardest 2 years of my life. Everyone I knew and loved was in Michigan, and it was just different. It's already hard starting high school, but it's even harder when you're not taking that journey with the people that you went through, elementary and middle school with. So we stayed in Missouri 2 years, and after 2 years, we moved back to Michigan. At that time, we moved back to Flat Rock, Michigan, because my mother landed a job at Mazda Automotive Factory. She was a substance abuse counselor there, and Woodhaven was close and in the area. Woodhaven was different also because it was culture shock. There were only 10 blacks in the whole school, and needless to say, I had not been used to that because I grew up in a predominantly African American neighborhood. However, my high school years were special because I did them with my cousin, Gregory Crawford, who was also like a brother. He moved in with us our junior year because his mother's job had transferred her to Minnesota, and he didn't want to leave the basketball team or all of his friends and what he knew and loved. So he stayed with us. So it made graduating together very special because finally there was someone to take that journey with who understood what I was going through. After high school, I went to community college for a while, and then I transferred to UAD Mercy. At UAD, I decided to study education. I wanted a degree in education. I wanted to teach the kids. I wanted to make a difference, and I just wanted to be a part of that whole atmosphere. So I started in education, and shortly after, I saw an ad in a paper for a charter school that was hiring called University Public School. University Public School was the first charter school in Michigan. It was a pilot program through Wayne State University, and it was only supposed to run for 10 years to see if charter schools worked for Michigan residents. After 10 years, the school closed, and I was devastated. But a year later, the principal of that school opened up a new school in Southfield, Michigan, and he called me to interview, and yes, I got hired there again. So, long story short, I work at a charter school in Southfield, Michigan. I am a Title I tutor, which means I tutor at-risk students who are on academic probation and who are just at risk and need that extra help, that one-on-one time to help bring them up to grade level and reach their educational goals. I have been here since 2003, and I absolutely love, love, love it. I can't ever see myself doing anything else. I never married and I never had any children, but I share a condo with my sister, who's 7 years younger, and my niece, who's 17, in Commerce, Michigan. This year is my niece's senior year, and it's bittersweet because she's been such a joy in our life. And although we know she needs to grow up and move on, it's hard to see her go. So now that I've told you a little bit about me, why don't you tell me something about you? Thank you.